Black Friday deals are in full swing. If you use code ECC15 on my website here, you'll get the chance to save on anything that is currently listed here in a bundle of 2 or more. So if there's anything that you guys want over here, ECC15, I will leave a link down below for you guys. Now let's go digging into those deck profiles, shall we? You guys smash out the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The first deck list we actually have for you guys here is a small little 9th place finish out of a, was it 20 plus locals here. Might not be a lot to anybody, but I haven't seen Barrier Statue Stun performing well in a little while, and this locals is very well known for really giving me some really cool list here. So we have 2 copies of Barrier Statue of the Drought, 1 copy of Barrier Statue of the Inferno, triple copies of Storm Winds, 1 Barrier Statue of the Torrent. Then we have triple copies of Fossilidine. I'd probably adjust these to make sure that your win matchup isn't horrible. Then we have 2 freaking copies of Mage Power, 1 copy of the Moon Mirror Shield, triple copies of Pot of Duality, 2 copies of Pot of Prosperity. And then we have triple copies of Armory Call. Let you add an equip card from your deck to your hand, and then you can equip one appropriate monster you control. Alright, so we can just pull our Moon Mirror Shield directly out of our deck with this to make sure that our Barrier Statue, or whatever it is, isn't going anywhere. We have triple copies of Crackdown, triple copies of Ice Dragon's Prison, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, 1 Macrocosmo, triple copies of Dinomischus, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, and triple copies of Torrential Tribute here. Wrapping up the main deck here. Down here in the extra deck, we have 2 copies of Nightmare Unicorn, 2 copies of IP Masquerena, triple frickin' Access Code Talker, talk about a flex. 1 copy of Almerduk, 1 copy of Trinity, 1 Adoration, 1 Starving Venom, 1 Trifoverdom, 1 copy of the Diplex Chimera, 1 Swan, and 1 copy of the Borreload Furious Dragon. Remember, this extra deck is geared a little bit more towards the matchups that this local actually ends up seeing here. And then we have triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Stardust Dragon, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Super Polymerization, and triple copies of Starlight Road here, wrapping up the main deck for, yeah, just Adam Watkins' 9th place finish for Barrier Statues. Next up here, we have ABC. Now, this is a little bit different of an approach here. This is from Adam Duke, walking down first place with this. And ABC's kind of been in an interesting place, trying to find like best ways to evolve this deck and make general progress here. And it's left a lot to be desired for this. So we have triple copies of ASL Core, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Bee Buster Drake, 2 copies of the Sea Crush Wyvern. That's it. That's, you don't try to, I think bulking down too many of these just ends up in bad hands. We have 2 Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Gamma Seal, 2 copies of Ghost Ball in the Haunted Mansion, 1 Union Driver, 1 Call by the Grave, 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice, 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 Mystic Mine, triple copies of Pot of Desires, 1 copy Set Rotation, 1 copy of Hornet Drones, 1 copy of Widow Anchor, 1 copy of Engage, 1 copy of Terraforming, 1 copy of Talents, triple copies of Unauthorized Reactivation, triple Union Hanger, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence here. Down here in the extra, we have 1 Underworld Closed Goddess, 1 copy of Kagari, 1 Platinum Gadget, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix with 1 Cerberus, 1 IP, 1 copy of Cross Sheep, 1 copy of Apo, 1 Access Code, 1 Dugaros, 1 copy of Baguski, triple copies of Dragon Buster with 2 Lancia, 2 Nibiru, 1 Token Collector, 1 Dark Ruler No More, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Twin Twisters, triple copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, and triple copies of Dimensional Barrier here. Wrapping up this, once again, I think this is a pretty freaking cool ABC deck list for you guys. Next up here is Hero. Ooh. Yeah, Destroy Phoenix and Force or Turbo here, but this is the sauce. This is the, your opponent has to skip their turn deck. Alright, let's think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Break the Destiny with Parthian Shot. Skip the opponent's entire turn. Alright, so that means your opponent can't play the game. So we have triple copies of Elemental Hero Stratos, 2 copies of Shadow Mist, 1 copy of Liquid Soldier, 1 copy of Honest Neos, 1 Plasma, 2 copies of Malicious, 1 Celestial, 1 Denier, 1 copy of Ferris, 1 Increase, triple copies of Ion, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 copies of Droll, triple copies of Fusion Destiny, 1 copy of A Hero Lives, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Polymerization, 1 Miracle Fusion, triple copies of Mass Change, with 1 copy Called by the Grave, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Skip Your Opponent's Main Phase 1, and then triple copies of Skip Your Opponent's Battle Phase to end the turn. Just literally, at the end of the battle phase, it becomes the end phase. So just break the Destiny, go to Parthian shop. GG. Now in the next deck, we have the 1 Dread Decimator, the 1 copy Wonder Driver, 2 copies Cross Crusader, 1 Vision Hero Trinity, 1 Acid, 1 copy Hero Blast, 2 Danklaw, 1 copy Phoenix Enforcer, 1 Dangerous Guy, 1 Dystopia, 1 copy of Absolute Zero, 1 Escurido, and 1 Sunrise. And then we have 1 Droll Knockbird, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Lancia, triple copies of Lightning Storm, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, and 1 copy of Red Rebooto here. Wrapping up Break the Destiny. Next up we have, actually, this is Fire Fist Tribrigade. We've seen the constant evolution of this deck on this channel here, and I think that this is actually kind of cool that we can see this deck functioning with DPE now. So whole sorts of cool ideas we can do here. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of Fire Fist Bear, 1 copy of Buffalo, free extenders I mean, triple copies of Dragon, 1 copy of Elephant, 2 copies of Rooster, 1 Wolfbark, 1 Celestial with 1 Dasher, triple copies of Frogdoll, 2 copies of Karis, 2 copies of Kit, and 2 copies of Nerval. We have 1 copy of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Dolme, 1 copy of Tenki, triple copies of Tensu, 1 Foolish Barrel, triple copies of Foolish Barrel Goods, triple copies of Fusion Destiny, 1 copy of Imperator, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, 2 copies of Revolt, and 1 copy of Sinto. Then we have 2 copies of Shirog, 1 copy of Frigite, 1 Bear Broom, 1 Verte, 1 Peacock, 1 copy of Eagle, 1 copy of Apo, 1 Access Code, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 2 copies of Tiger King, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and then we have triple copies of Chaos Hunter, triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Lightning Storm, and triple copies of Dimensional Barrier here, wrapping up what is one of the more interesting takes that I've seen in a long time with this deck. I do love seeing the constant evolution that Fire Fist can go through. Next up here is another hero list for you guys. I do love the constant ideas and things that players kind of can throw together for this deck and make heroes look fun. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 Celestial, 1 Denier, 1 Dogma, 1 copy of Dynatag, 2 copies of Malicious, 1 Plasma, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 1 copy of Honest Neos, 1 Liquid Soldier, 2 copies of Shadow Mist, 1 copy of Solid Soldier, 1 copy of Stratos, 2 copies of Faris, 1 copy of Increase, triple copies of Vision Hero Vion, 1 copy of A Hero Lives, 1 copy of Ecall, triple copies of Fusion Destiny, triple copies of Mash Change, 1 Miracle Fusion, 1 Polymerization, 1 Rhoda, triple copies of Super Poly. We're actually main decking the Board Breakers. That's going to take away from the resources, but I get it. And then we have triple copies of Infinite Permanence. Then next check, we have 1 Wonder Driver, 1 copy of the Dread Decimator, 1 copy of Cross Crusader, 1 copy of Anaconda, 1 Trinity, 1 copy of Starving Venom, 2 copies of Darklaw, 1 copy of Acid, 1 Shining, 1 Sunrise, 1 Escurido, 1 Absolute Zero, 1 Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and 1 Dangerous Lad. And then we have triple Ghost Bell, 1 copy of Nibiru, 1 Owl Marduk, triple copies of Crosso Desnair, triple copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of Red Reboot here. Wrapping up 5th place for you guys. And the last list I have for you guys here is the most unfun version of Eldritch that you could ever imagine. You want no fun allowed for the opponent. This is the build for you. So we have 1 copy of Ecclesia, 2 copies of Golden Lord. Don't try to bulk down on this. I think you're just going to run into consistency issues. Triple frickin' copies of Inspector Border, triple copies of Pot of Duality, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of Conk, triple copies of Punishment, triple copies of Scarlet Sanguine, 2 copies of Goes and Match. This card right here will be the reason that you'll win a lot of games. Alright, trust, mark my words on that. We have 2 copies of Hugwero, 2 copies of Ice Dragon's Prison, 1 Imperial Order, 2 copies of Rivalry, 1 copy of Skill Drain, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, triple copies of Solemn Steelreich, and triple copies of Torrential Tribute. Down here in the extra deck, we have 2 copies of Frigid, 1 copy of the Cambosh Store, 2 copies of Link Spider, 1 copy of Juggernaut Levy, 1 Gustav Max, 1 Sky Thunder, 2 Pallades, 1 Wind Pegasus, 1 Titanclad, and triple copies of Anentis. Side deck here we have triple copies of Lava Golem, triple copies of Lord of the Heavenly Prison, triple copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, triple copies of Broken Line, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up this huge chunk of deck profiles for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed these. Please leave a comment about how much you guys think. Smash the like button, that subscribing, so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. Now, see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day with some more cool awesome content. You guys stay safe out there. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanco40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCO40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcogames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.